Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talks Media. We're still on Sunday evening, the 25th of May, 2025. Let's talk about Natasha Akpoti Uduagan. Senator Natasha was suspended for about 6 months from the Nigerian Senate. She took her case of sexual harassment to the United Nations, and the whole story went global. Every newspaper in America, everywhere had it. And I think it's a disgrace to Nigeria as a whole that we can have that happen, that one of our female senators has to take such a case overseas to the United Nations for the world to see. I mean, don't they have shame in that Senate and in that National Assembly? Obviously, they don't. Now, I'm going to be 61 years old, and many of these lawmakers are younger than me, regardless. Okay, money and power is what makes some people big in Nigeria. Without the money and the power, they're nobody. Some of us have no money, but we have intelligence. Others have money with no intelligence. As they say it, the people in power have no ideas, and the people with the ideas have no power. Now I'm hearing that the Kogi governor, the former one, Yaya Bello, and Senator Akpabio, the president of the Senate, actually filed a suit against Senator Natasha that she defamed them because she accused them of trying to kill her. Excuse me, is that a mouthful? Yaya Bello and Akpabio sued Natasha via the federal government because she spoke out on an attempted assassination on her life. Yes, we do remember that Senator Natasha said they even planned the specifics to kill her in Kogi instead of Abuja. Now, how many people will make that up? When Pastor Biomi arrested me, I escaped 3 attempted assassination. And the person that planned the assassination actually confessed to me. Kennedy Okoko is late now, the billionaire. On the day I left Port Harcourt, he told me the day before and gave me money, 100,000 naira, a billionaire, right? Some of you say it is too small. It doesn't matter. He gave me 100,000 naira after destroying my $5 million business, HNN Africa, my news platform. Some of you don't know HNN Africa because you're too young. And send me back to Ibadan and ask for forgiveness. Yes, I forgave him. Sadly, he died 2 years after. I did not talk about that case until maybe 6, 7 years after. It's 8 years now. If you feel that somebody is trying to kill you, you're the only one that would know. If you get credible information, you're the only one that could know. The federal government is doing a bad thing, actually suing this woman for suspecting that they're trying to kill her. Do you know what that looks like if that goes overseas? With someone like me, I'm an international media personality and a retired journalist. I don't have to be a journalist active in the business anymore for me to speak out on my social platforms. A doctor is a doctor 24/7, even if they're retired. If I decide to write about this and actually voice more about this, it's going to bring out an area in Nigerian politics that nobody likes to talk about: assassinations. Many Nigerians have been assassinated in our country. And in Nigeria, they make it look like an accident. I just did a video this night about Reverend Azaman Davis of Kaduna. I don't believe he died in a car crash. I believe he was eliminated by the people he was speaking out against. Aside from the fact that he supported Peter Obi, the Labour Party candidate, he also spoke out a lot, more than any pastor, on insecurity. In that video, I mentioned Pastor Adeboye and Pastor Yedepo's names. Why? Because they're pastors and they're prominent in Nigeria, but they're limited to what? They're not limited to the Southwest. Because they're Yoruba pastors doesn't mean they're limited to the Southwest. Nigeria is a country on a whole. And some pastors eat from these presidencies. Pastors and kings are the problem we have in Nigeria, and the media. The media is constantly bribed. Kings are constantly eating from the presidency. They don't care about the kingsmen, the people that they're ruling, and of course the politicians. So if a female politician who has already actually filed cases at the United Nations, forget anything about Nigeria, she took it globally. If she's actually saying now they want to kill me, the world should be listening to Natasha. President Tinubu, you're supposed to have investigators from the DSS, the homeland. And the useless idiot you put there at National Security, Ribadu. No, you're not doing your job. You're supposed to be going to Natasha, sit down with her and discuss with all parties, Akpabio, Natasha, and Yaya Bello. Many people have died in Nigeria because of you, Nuhu Ribadu. A lot of people have lost their lives. And you are what? National Security Advisor for what? The pastor that was killed in the car crash, he was talking about northern insecurity mostly. Did you do anything about that? No. Mr. Ribadu and Mr. Tinubu need to get it together. We have bad leadership in Nigeria. You guys are the worst of the worst. You're not taking care of Nigerians. Nigerians ought to enjoy their country. If we enjoyed our country, most of us won't run for our lives or flee or something. Cybercriminal law, defamation law, all these laws that don't allow journalists to work. Which journalist is left in Nigeria? Tell me. Except if Fisaya Shuriombo and a few others. Leave Senator Natasha alone, because what you're doing is you're trying to really lose that 2027. In 2027, I'm going to vote. And we're going to mobilize the youth to vote for the right people, not any recycled leader, not anybody that's ruled Nigeria before. You have killed this country. These young people have no jobs, no nothing. I was posting a story this afternoon about how Ghana had an agreement with Jamaica for nurses and teachers. Jamaica is a small island that almost has no nurses and very little teachers, and children need to go to school. Ghana has the most nurses in Africa. The UK has snatched most of them. They're giving them visas like crazy over there in Accra to go and be nurses in the UK. And at the end of the day, Jamaica has a bilateral agreement with Ghana to bring nurses and teachers over there to work. You know what's going to happen? When those nurses and teachers get to Jamaica, they're going to do the work they came for. They're going to get apartments for them. They're going to do everything. And next thing you know, they'll give them residency permits. And the rest is history. This is how countries are taking others from other countries. Look at what America has. How much was our tariff? Was this 18% or something like that? What are we exporting to America? Are we exporting groundnuts from the groundnut pyramids in those days? Are we exporting the most expensive onions in America, the red onion? Is that not how our onions look, red, all the time? Chef's onion? What are we exporting to Nigeria? And Mr. Trump gave us an 18%, I believe, tariff. We're exporting doctors, nurses, pharmacists, healthcare professionals, journalists. People are leaving. Human beings we're exporting. Brain drain and everything. Wake up. Mr. Tinubu, I want the Nigerian government to drop all charges, all stupid charges against Natasha Akpabio. God, I wish I could meet that woman when I was in Nigeria, but I didn't know her anything. But I'm reading and I'm seeing how injustice is being meted every day to the wrong people. Why? If this were America and this lady complained that two politicians, a Senate leader and a former governor, are trying to assassinate her, and she even gave specifics, they want it done in my hometown and not in the capital. Listen to that, how that sounds. Sen Natasha is living in Maryland, USA. She goes to the National Assembly in Washington. Many people that live in Maryland actually take the train to work in Washington. It's close. Some of the senators that live in faraway states like California, they always have apartments in Washington. But the ones that commute, imagine her saying that a former governor and the Senate leader, U.S. Senate leader, wants to kill her. They want to do it in Maryland instead of at Washington, D.C. How does that sound to you? Does that kind of stuff happen in modern countries? No. But if it were to happen, what's the first thing that will happen? The police has to investigate it. The Maryland police, the DC police, both jurisdictions where they want her killed and where she's from, and of course the FBI. Kill a man in Nigeria, no. Echo machine nonsense, breaking the law left and right and center. Mr. Akpabio, you are the former Senate President of Nigeria. I called you that, and I think you are that. Yaya Bello, very disappointed, very, very disappointed. I haven't met any of you. Mr. Tinubu 2027 is coming, and you will be the former president of Nigeria too. Nigeria owes me, Timojokoi, a lot. I've not started saying my story. Thanks for everybody that watched this video. Share it. Drop all charges against Natasha Akpabio. That senator has a right and a freedom of speech in the Nigerian constitution to say what she says.